Censor Podcast is recorded here in Accra, Ghana, and powered by Hunukane Radio.
Hello, and yes, welcome to another episode of No Censor. Yes. Why are you not looking like someone's dead? All of you are just quiet. Then Hamo. What's going on?
Oh, headmaster Kasaiti.
Oh, which one is headmaster? I am only 33 years old. I can't be a headmaster. But I look pretty, you know. Yeah, I look like I'm 26 in it.
I can't co-sign that. But
oh, come on! Don't even take a shot at me right now. No.
This is friendly fire.
I am pretty.
Yeah?
I am pretty. No, you're pretty. I'm pretty. Allow it.
I agree with her.
He's pretty. You're not.
But there's a reason why you say that, and it's all right.
No, because it's facts.
Listen, there's that. But you know what? Let's not deviate from the matter. Let's go back to what we're here.
Let's go back to the topic. All right.
It's in perfect segue.
Fight over pretty, we know if you talk so.
Not at this time.
I mean, but there's someone on this table called Handsome Fella. He's the one who should judge who's pretty.
I've always meant to ask, is the H silent or what's up?
Awesome. I'm sorry.
It's handsome.
Handsome fella.
Okay.
Handsome fella.
Although, you know what? High five. Because the boss picked that name. That's the respect.
The first day I met him,
I'm
Temple, he's like, I'm handsome fella. I'm like, all right.
Right?
All right. In my head, I'm like,
why would you sleep at night?
Okay. It's nice. Not like you're not handsome, but why handsome?
You handled it better than I would. I'd have been like, but why?
But when I do what I do and you see, then it all makes sense.
So what you're telling me is that you get better looking during the DJ?
Well, or it just brings up the tongue and it's different. It's
But
unique.
anyway, this whole discussion about being pretty and handsome, perfect segue for what we're here to discuss today.
Alright.
It's pretty simple, and all of us around this table, I'll say we are part of the ecosystem when it comes to the creative industry that we have, or some people allege that we do have.
Allege.
Yeah, allege, because I like to watch a lot of law series and all of that.
Criminal Minds.
Piss off. So very simple question. Do you guys think that we actually have a creative industry in Ghana? Like something that actually contributes to the GDP of Ghana?
No.
And okay, so if you're gonna tell me yes or no, you're going to have to tell me why. With your own personal experiences. Like I said in the beginning, as part of the ecosystem of what's creative in this country, basically.
I'll say no because I've been here, a year and
a half.
Yeah, a year and a half now.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cargo and all that good stuff, yeah.
A year and a half and he's everywhere.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's another thing that I want to put on, like...
Big ups on that, though.
Good hustle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I came here with a goal. Obviously, in London, I was known as Handsome Fella, the MC, who was just shutting down shows everywhere. But I came here to be like Handsome Fella, the DJ. No one's really seen, even in London, they don't know that I'm a DJ. I didn't even know I was a DJ. I just said I'm going to come here and DJ and rebrand and expand not only my culture and where I'm from, but put my culture into the music which I listen to and play it on a DJ deck and just have a bit of a challenge. Within 4 months of me being here, came across my brody here, Temple, Johnny Stone as well, and my mum, and my cousin Miss Drew, and South African. Those 5 people, literally, without them even noticing, paved the way for me to kind of see what different crowds are about. So I've seen the bougie side of Ghana, I've seen the hood side of Ghana, I've seen the normal kids, like Temple everywhere. And I just said, you know what, let me just shut up and just tunnel vision. Didn't really care what anyone had to say or the rumors that I heard about myself. Like I heard, who is this UK guy come from this in it boys? I'll be like, yeah, spud me. We're not friends.
Yeah.
So
but from your experiences, from you entering.
No, hold on. Before you even get there, I'm sorry. I know we shouldn't talk over each other, but this is
It's alright.
I have to know.
No censor.
DJ and MC.
Yeah.
Who's more handsome of the handsome fellas?
Listen, how are you?
I need to know.
This is trivial.
This is to you.
You know what's not, you know?
It's bugging me. I need to know who is more handsome.
God.
Handsome fella DJ, handsome fella MC.
Do you know what?
Who is more handsome?
I would say the MC is still handsome. However,
Still.
yeah, still.
Emphasis on still.
Yeah, still.
Still got it.
No movement. The reason why I say no is because Ghana's, like, I would say Ghana's clicky. Accra is very clicky. Like, there's certain DJs that play in certain spaces, or there's certain venue owners that don't allow the creativity of other DJs within our circuit, or MCs for that matter, to kind of like have a voice, because they're just literally like, this guy does this, so therefore I'm gonna book him all the time, even though he can be crap one day and good the other. Like, just as long as he's there, I'm good. They don't like anything new out here. New scares people out here, which is very, very weird, because you're quick to jump on different genres of music.
Once
But
it's
you're,
successful.
yeah, because amapiano is a prime example. Amapiano, we've been playing it since what, 2000?
Not
Yeah,
even
enough.
amapiano, but like
Afro
South African house.
Yeah,
Zanzi.
yeah, Zanzi.
We've been playing that for time.
From morning,
Exactly.
like,
We've been playing
we've
that
been
for
playing
time.
that from time. But now everybody's like, oh my god, Belly Joe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, you know, yeah.
Like,
It's like,
let's keep it all the way real. Like, Ghana's like a billboard country. That's why like all these countries like Nigerians will come through and build houses
I
like
felt that one. I know
help.
like a billboard.
Yeah, it is.
It really is
Because
a
all
billboard
we
country.
do here is take
Blow
in
people.
Yeah,
People
I
come
mean,
in
look.
here and then they become bigger than what they are in their country.
Yeah.
And we can't really do that.
Do you know how much talent is in Ghana, but they're still sleeping, or they're going to Bloomberg?
But yeah, I mean, the industry as a whole, it's like I said, it's a whole
What industry?
ecosystem. It's a whole. And when I say industry, I mean like whether or not is this like what we're doing as creatives here, like
The alleged industry.
the alleged
The
industry.
alleged.
Because I personally believe
Capital
that
A.
there is no industry
Oh,
because
hell no.
there's no structures to anything like.
There's lack of understanding.
Like
and there's a lot of
there's lack of
stubbornness as
understanding,
Look.
and even before we came on set, Miss Austin was giving like a very vivid description of why what I'm saying is what it is.
Yeah, it starts right from the beginning as a child. As a child, you are told
Yeah.
or you are directed in the way of what you want to become in future. So it's always, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, you never hear anyone say, I want to be a musician, I want to be a
Animator.
and you what? Cartoons. You're serious. You know?
Two stupid dogs.
No, nothing like no.
Who wants to grow and sell.
Mutuo. There's nothing like that. So right from the beginning, you don't.
McDonald's or something.
You know, your creative side is being killed. Then you move from that to JSS, right? Let's say you're done with JSS. You're going to secondary school, and
GHS.
oh,
Hey, listen,
And that
are
time
you Ghanaian?
Junior secondary school.
Junior secondary school.
We're translating. Let's go.
So, so from JSS, right? Even those who can draw, who can do stuff with their hands, and they are still smart, your parents will still be directing you to do. There was a time that business was hot, so
Yeah.
everybody is going to do
Business
in
administration.
school
Business
Yeah.
administration.
or
Yeah.
science,
Yeah.
right?
Business
General
studies.
arts.
Business studies, yeah.
They will.
Commerce.
Yeah. But you can
Yeah.
never say, Mom, I'm going to do visual arts to perfect my art.
Crafts.
No.
No.
That's if you're smart enough to even make it to normal secondary school. Those who are not able to make it and go to vocational school, that one there, now and there, not. Then from there, uni, right? Uni, everybody is choosing all these courses, right? And even for arts in Legon, we have a negative connotation for it. Dondology.
Yeah.
You know? My father said, because I've always loved dancing. So at one point, I think I stupidly opened my mouth to say I wanted to go to Lagos. My father said, "Me baby, no child of mine is going to Lagos to dance. How? I mean, Mr. Austin, never. You know, so you can
That sounds like a scene from Home Sweet Home.
Listen.
I think she said that because she knows who her dad is.
Yeah.
She's not supposed to be talking like that. Not that the idea is stupid, but
But
then
it's
the
just-
fact that she
you
said
can't,
it there.
you
Yeah.
can't
No, but
voice
listen,
out
Ansem,
anything.
Ansem, this is a typical example.
It's
right?
looked down
Listen,
upon.
this is a
You're
typical
coming
example.
from the UK.
That's
It's
what
a
I'm saying.
different.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe because of where I've come from or how I've been
Yes.
conditioned.
It's a little
Not
different.
saying like
It's a little different for us.
It's
yeah,
different.
It's a little different.
I know it's a
You
lot
can.
different, but at the same time, it's not really that
Answer
different.
me. I am
Answer
saying
me.
it is different.
Yeah,
It
I know
is
it's
different.
different.
You can't even
Listen,
think
no,
about that.
listen,
Well,
I'm going to tell you
When
a
I
very
finished
short
uni,
story.
when I finished uni, right? My friends were all discussing what we wanted to do. I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I want to be a DJ. And they were like, Jane, when will you be serious? And now they are looking at me like,
Why is that unserious?
Listen,
because
that's
it's
how
not
they
a
do it.
Conditioning.
It's the conditioning.
Listen
That's
to
what I'm
me.
talking about. So it starts right from the beginning as a child.
yeah.
So even if you are blowing now, you don't have people trying to make you brand ambassadors or anything because they don't see
Because
the
the people
value
who
in
can
what
make you
you're
the brand
doing.
ambassadors and whatnot.
They're
No,
not-
they
they're not
don't-
working.
They
They're
still,
not.
they
they
still
don't-
live in that era.
They
True.
still
You
live in
understand
that
what I'm
era.
saying?
It's
They
still
don't
our
see the
parents
reason
heading
why.
these things. And they don't see why they should
They don't see the
put
reason
money
why.
into it. So
they
you are
should.
so money
Ironically,
is
though,
not
my favorite
flowing.
part about this whole thing is ironically, like let's just say somehow, some way through the struggle you blow. Now you're hot stuff.
This is what I'm saying.
Right? Now they care. Oh, come and be brand ambassador. Come and date my daughter. Meanwhile, when I was a struggling artist,
It
right?
happens. Like, come and date my daughter.
Oh,
what
money
a wow.
changes everything.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
but listen,
Money changes everything.
That's
not
all
to even
nonsense.
cut you off. Let's just equate
And
this
yet,
to
there
football.
you go.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
not to cut you off, but
yeah,
let's just equate
yeah,
this to football.
yeah.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
a lot of my friends used to go play football,
Right.
come back home, and they go beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, standard.
But as soon as Asian made it to Chelsea, everyone is sending their dog,
Can you imagine?
cat.
Even fish.
What I've
Even
realized,
this-
what I've realized,
to academy.
right, what I've realized about,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
what
Till
I've
it- till
realized
it really
about
happens.
the way we do things, and if you want to like talk about industries, right? How many of you been like, I've been on road somewhere, like whether you're in your own car, Uber, Trusky, I'm no judge, right? And then you see one girl selling water, right? More often than not, who's standing next to her? Another girl selling water,
Selling water,
right?
yeah.
You see kiosks. On one road, you'll see a bunch of other ones. We see something that works.
And then
Let's
we all
do
try
that.
to do it.
Right? Except when it comes to this creative industry. Like, okay, I don't know if I can talk about your personal life. But you and I have something in common in that, like, in the workspace, right? People who are creatives in the workspace, right? In the professional whatever, right? They don't get paid good money.
No.
Let's be real.
No.
I've worked in advertising. The pot of gold is not there.
You can barely live
In
on
Ghana
Right?
especially.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, I want to point out, this is specialized labor, right?
Specialized. Not everyone can do it. That's the whole thing.
Cheap labor is not supposed to be skilled, and skilled labor is not supposed to be cheap. And yet, somehow,
They meet in the middle.
Yeah.
they have crashed into each other while they meet in the middle. It's a mess. So is there an industry? No, there's no industry.
There isn't. And like she said, it all
It
emanates.
starts from.
I'll tell you a little.
Okay.
I'll tell you a little story
Let me
before it
not
comes.
cut you.
Just a little story. Now my cousin is Bullet. He manages Wendy Shea.
Right.
Prior to Wendy Shea,
Solid
it was
Solid.
Ebony. You know, rest in peace, all of them.
R.I.P.
Now, before my cousin became a musician, the manholes he had to jump over. Listen, mind you, this guy was in St. Augustine's College.
Oh, really?
Yes. He was in one of them year groups. I don't think I'm permitted to talk about that, but yeah, because it's one of them old year groups. Yeah. Now he's not a young. He's an older.
I feel like you're going in the opposite direction of what you said you would do.
But yeah, I'm just saying he's an older. But I wouldn't like to say that yet. Anyway, forget about
Man,
that.
it's like, I'm not saying how old
listen,
he is,
you,
but he's old. I'm not going to say the number,
You allow it.
but he's old.
Yeah, he is. But now check this out. Now I remember some of the comments that came from family when he decided to take on music.
Right.
period. But now he became who he is.
Oh my
Now
God.
But yeah,
That's my son.
You know, I mean,
Yeah,
I used to
don't
drum on a deep freezer as he wrote for him.
Right.
So like every time he I mean, from time to time he comes home to see my mom, whatever. I mean, my mom was one of them people who actually was like, if this is what you want to do, you know what I mean. So and then he did it, but then it's like it's a struggle from home.
Yeah.
You understand?
I mean, if you,
and this, I'm just trying to paint the picture of how this struggle, how that the older generation or the generation before us saw creativity or getting into the creative space as a business, how they perceived it, and how it affects, or how part of it affects some of the things that are affecting us right now. Because it's all about the mentality. You understand? Because the generation older than us, they sit in positions of power right now. How does the government see creativity? Are they just going to call up artists when there's time to do a road safety campaign?
Hell yeah.
Is that when they're going to throw
That's
money?
when they
Is that when they're going to? Is that when they recognize?
That's when we are
You understand?
important.
Like when you're a DJ.
What typically happens is someone's uncle or cousin in the ministry or wherever else, like, oh yeah, my cousin can do this for like 53,000, and then they get that nice cushy money. Right?
And then you get.
Meanwhile, you out here like you
a
are out here
fraction.
practically begging, like, oh no, I'm qualified. I've done this. I've done that. Right? This man can be like, I'm handsome fella. Like, what more must I do? And yet,
That's right.
everything is clickety clack. Everybody clicks up. And nobody really breaks the boundaries.
But that is
breaks
not,
the pockets.
that doesn't apply to just the creative industry.
Also,
Now, if we are talking about creative industry, it's not just music. You have
obviously.
the movies, you have
but I'm not a musician.
those who are into
I'm a
art.
Makeup
Yeah,
artists,
we
you
all-
understand.
that's
That's why I
Cool.
said.
Great.
That's why initially I said
Now
it's
let's
a
take
whole
this back to
thing, and there's an ecosystem for it.
let's say post-independence.
Yeah.
We had some of the great musicians that we boast about around that era. Now, what was music considered as at the time? Maybe for entertainment. You understand? Let's dance. Let's have fun. Besides that,
There was
what else?
nothing.
Osibisa went on tour. A lot other guys went on tour. But beyond that, they made money. Now, fast forward to today. We've carried that culture to now. It's more like, okay, you get out there, you play shows, you do
For
your own
Ghanaians.
connections, and you own it. I can say majority of Africa. Africa is now waking up. Ghana is part of it, or we are now getting into it.
No, we're
Yes,
part-
we don't have
we're a big
an
part.
industry. We have a business. You go out, you make your own money, you spend it on whatever you want to spend it on. Now, those who are crying for an industry now, what are they doing? It's not about just talking about it. If you want to say structure, okay, let's have a body come up to say, I'm doing ABC for you guys. How many people are willing to get on board?
A good point. A good point. We're very mistrustful as a people. I think, frankly, we don't trust anything, especially if it's Ghanaian made.
Nope.
Right? Like, how many of you guys, if somebody's offering you like a free katanka now, how many of you guys take one? You take one. I knew you would.
I'll take one.
I know you.
Listen,
I
simple
love
question.
Africa.
Issue with Ghanaian made stuff.
Listen, simple
They're
question.
very expensive. That's the thing with Ghanaian made stuff. I don't know why, but they're very expensive.
No,
but
but-
I would want to drive.
Well, it is
A
expensive
KT
because
car.
most of the
But then I
things that
ask
we used
people
to do it
who
are
tend
imported.
to talk about
Exactly.
Kantanka.
Right.
I asked them, you see Mercedes-Benz adverts, right? Seen any Kantanka ad?
No.
So whose fault he's not selling?
No.
It's not
I
me.
completely agree. I completely
So
agree.
now I'm gonna make a
If
point.
you're watching, Mr.
Let's go back
Kantanka,
to-
I make
No,
videos.
he has a plan.
Let's go back
It
to
doesn't
what-
mean he doesn't have a
Let's
plan.
go
He
back
has
to
a
what we
plan.
are talking about. I believe there is an industry. Why? If you listen to the way I'm planting my English, you know I went to JHS. So the moment the topic came up, I googled
The moment
music
you said
industry.
Bunsen, I was like, okay.
I just googled music industry.
music industry.
That's what I got. As a general term for all parties involved in the creation, performance, recording, promotion, and management of business of music. Do we have that here in Ghana? Yes, we do.
What?
We do. And then, so it asked that what are the four main. I have to go back and check. So there is, I mean, you had, why is Nia you calling me though? You had promotion.
Yeah.
You had live recording.
Yeah.
What else did I mention? I mean, there were like 4
Management.
management.
Yeah.
We do all of them here.
We try.
Not very well.
Hold on. So now I'm coming to that point. Take Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Take Liverpool. Now take my darling club, Brekum Chelsea.
Brekum Chelsea.
Yes, Brekum Chelsea. We don't have a stadium of our own. We play at the Golden City Park, which belongs to the municipality. And the turf, if you talk to the football people, is one of the worst in the country. Does that make Brekum Chelsea less a football team?
It is a football. It is
still
a football team. But is it effective?
It's still a football team.
Let me
Is it
ask you this.
effective?
Yes,
Let
they
me
play
ask you this
football.
question.
Last season, playing
Let-
knife.
let-
How effective again can a football
What
team
a flex.
be
But let me ask you this question.
than be part of a
We'll
league?
see.
I
We'll see.
think
Let me
that-
ask you this question. You're saying is it any less of a football team? Honestly, yes.
No, what I meant to ask, or what I mean is,
As a pro team,
is it not a football team?
it is a
Yes.
football
It
team.
is.
But you can't
But-
say that's a pro standard level.
Because they don't have a stadium.
Yeah.
Ideally,
But
you
it's
want to
football
have a
team.
stadium.
No,
Yes,
the bottom
it is.
line is
It's
is
a
a
football
football team.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Is it a
So
proper
we
football
have an industry which is not capable or which is not doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
What you guys are doing is a typical JHS social studies answer. Oh, lack of resources. lack of
But you see,
everything.
the thing is this. You see, industries are supposed to, like we said, are supposed to have structures and certain things in place that actually, make everything else work. There has to be a sort of machinery in place to make some things move.
Structures. When you say
Infrastructure.
structures, it means
Yeah.
understanding the business side of it, and that's
Pretty
what
much.
you're talking
Yes.
about.
Now-
so then I was looking for the 4 main
Promotion.
points that you mentioned. They said live performance, record companies,
How many do we
music publishing companies, and
How
one
many
like
We
do
that.
don't. Do we have music
And then
publishing
artist
companies?
management. So 4, we have 3 of them.
We
Yeah.
have 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
And
So,
then the
let
3
me
are
ask you a
not
question.
really.
If water costs 1 city and you have 3/4 of a city, are you getting the water or not? So, you feel me?
No, what I mean is, the reason why I would say there are no publishing companies is because,
They don't
I mean,
exist.
people don't even believe there are record labels here because of certain standards or certain things a record label is supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But there are supposed record labels.
Yeah.
So that goes back to my question. Does that make Brekum Chelsea not a football team?
The thing is this.
Not
It is
a
a
pro
football
one.
team. It is a
In my
football
opinion,
team.
not a pro one.
No,
Yeah,
the
it is a
problem.
football
If you don't
team.
have a
But
stadium,
My
There's a
opinion
but.
is a serious and then a tricky word. That's why I Googled this. Before I say what I think,
Okay.
I try to see what other people also think.
He's trying to trick us.
Mindset, perception is what's our problem.
Yeah.
So you guys were talking about the arts and stuff like that. Are we not wonderful people
We
that the guy
really
who
are.
doesn't know book in JHS drops out to be a mechanic?
Yeah.
And the guy who's been told that 1 + 1 is 2 and is going with the flow is supposed to be the smart one. But then the guy who didn't manufacture a microwave but can repair it
Do they really
is supposed to
repair
be the
it?
block-headed guy.
No. Really? Do they really repair it? That's why we have
think it's
lots of don't
That's
let
some
us even
you
go
see,
there.
that's some
Don't let us
serious
even
thing.
go
Like
there because
you don't even know how this thing was done, but you can
But you
repair
can
it.
repair
do they really repair it?
Some of them do.
They
Really?
No,
Yes,
listen,
they
try. It
they
always
try to
comes back
repair,
as-
but do you
as-
know, do you know the main problem with what most of these guys face in terms of repairing?
Uh-huh.
They don't get availability of spare parts. What do you use in
You
repairing?
really
don't,
do believe
you
that
don't
they
create.
understand
No,
what
listen.
you're
You
doing.
don't create. Let's say I have this.
Let me
mic.
give you an example.
Listen, I have this mic and
iPhone.
it's broken.
If your iPhone goes to the repair shop, know that it's not coming back the same. Even when they take it apart, there is always one tiny thing left that's
thought
not
that
be
is
able to be put back because they don't.
No, right now you are being hard on iPhone repair. just because
That's
you're
what I'm saying.
okay. So
we
fine.
shouldn't go. The fact that they
Fine.
can
We'll
do
see,
something
we'll see,
doesn't
we'll see.
really mean
Before
that
you jump, no,
they
you
can do
made a
it.
point. You made a point. She's being hard on iPhone repairs. Again, let's go back.
The reason why I
We are
wanted to
swayed.
make that
Let's
point.
go back.
The reason why I wanted to make
Uh-huh.
that point
Uh-huh.
was this:
Uh-huh.
people go to the hospital and don't come back. A lot of times.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Medical science, right, is unfortunately one of those things where you're
So
guessing. No. Let me land.
No,
let me
I
land. let
get
me land,
you,
let me land.
la.
You're guessing most of the time. That's what diagnosis is. You're not knowing exactly what it is.
Thank you.
However, my iPhone is constructed of a specific set of parts that should be in specific places. If you are telling me you're an iPhone repairer and it comes back worse than when I sent it,
But I mean,
you failed the
But
assignment.
how specific again can the ear be if it's not for listening or hearing? How specific again can the eye not be if it's not for sight?
You're doing old man things to try and sound wise.
So I told you about perception and how people think. So that's what he's thinking. That this is what I am doing. But he's not trying to understand the point I'm trying to make. So the sound man says, "Cut, my battery is dead," and everybody's like, "Hey, shame." Nobody's asking. Probably he's from somewhere. He came back. He didn't change. Nobody's trying to understand him.
Bro, you're an editor. Why are you revealing how the magic is made?
It's
Sorry, you're revealing trade secrets.
What's your point?
My point is, there is an industry.
Okay.
It's not doing what it's supposed to do, or it's not performing 100%. But that's not because you made a point earlier about systems and it's people who put those systems there. And you see, it's like that. There is a system. There is supposed to be an industry,
I
but
don't think
because
there's
of
any system,
certain
actually.
things, the industry is not able to function like it should.
No,
There is
I
the-
feel like you're confusing systemic issues with a system. Right?
The
for
problem
instance-
here is there is no system.
From
No,
the
no, there's
definition
systemic
I read,
issues.
you still think I'm
There's,
confusing?
no. I feel like if you're going by that definition, but this is what I'm trying to say, right? So when we go back to like High Life, when High Life first was like popping, right? There was a way in which these things played out, right? Everybody lived in Accra, unless you are Amachi Dede, in which case you lived in Kumasi, right? But everybody else lived in Accra. You played in Accra, you toured in Accra, maybe Tema if you're feeling generous. And then you went back to your own base, whether you're from the Volta region or most likely somewhere in like the Akan regions of Ghana, right? You went to your hometown because that's where you had like your real base.
One base.
And then you went to perform there. Then you would go to diaspora in Ghana outside of, whether it's in Holland, Germany, right?
Germany.
And you would play
Germany.
to Ghanaian crowds, right? That hustle hasn't changed. It's the same thing.
yeah, it's
Because you haven't reached
And I want to point out, it's been almost like 40 years. And the same processes. We're not, the music may have changed, right? But the processes haven't.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. There isn't a system per se. There is a systemic issue that fights against us at every turn. Like, what is the motto of Accra, right? Let's be real. It's nowhere
by
cool.
plan.
Stay by plan.
Stay by plan.
You judge, like, it's not a thing of like, oh, Accra is where it's at. Charlie, we are suffering. We are suffering in this Accra, the capital, where everything is. According to even the way this industry is running, Ghana is a one-city country because everything's supposed to be here, right?
Exactly.
When's the last time even one of like our major artists, if you want to even count the newer boys in, fine, but when is the last time you heard of like a nationwide tour, right?
Thank you.
We
You're making
can
my
say
point.
that like, oh, when Skepta went on his tour, he went to Birmingham, he went to Mags, he obviously started in London, right? He went to even Glasgow. Here, it's Accra. Maybe Tema.
Yeah.
But definitely Accra. And after Accra, more Accra. And it's not even like a tour of Accra. It's just I performed here, I went home. And I performed here the next month, and I went home. There is no plan. There is no system. It's just a mess that we're all living in.
We're all living.
So that goes to the point that I made earlier that we are just not intentional.
Yes.
We don't.
know.
We forget. Okay,
No, we want to blame someone for
that's the
almost-
thing. But then the point I'm trying to
Something that
make with it
happened.
being intentional is we never say, okay, this is what we want to achieve, and let's all do this. Ghana wants to qualify to the World Cup. This is how we did it in 2014. So let's do the same thing in 2021. It's just everybody going on radio and insulting the coach. He needs to be changed, and that forgetting that once upon a time we were more united than ever and won 6-1 against Egypt. Ghana will never say, okay, so media hold fire. Now nobody insults the Black Stars on air. If you have a problem, go to the FA. If you tell them 3 times and they don't address it, go and fire. Kotoko is playing a club from Africa, Benin or something, who hears or understands English but don't understand Twi. You will never ever hear that for this 1 week let's say everything in three. We need to beat these people. Kotoko has to qualify. But then people are blogging in English and people are letting them know what exactly it is the Kotoko management is talking about. So it makes everything very, very difficult. We are never intentional. So people will come and tell you, okay, some people are intentional, most of them are selfish. Like, it helps them.
You know what it is though?
never
I
have
find
an
that like the
intentional-
selfish people always have it figured out though.
Exactly.
Always.
I'll count myself in that.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I'll count myself in that boat.
So
as well
I feel
then,
there is
right,
an
yeah.
industry, but then the quotes and unquotes, Melo's favorite word, gatekeepers are not intentional.
You see,
Oh no, they are.
even
They're
in-
intentionally
even in
keeping us
connection-
out.
In connection with that,
Yeah,
if
I mean,
if an artist goes to a radio station for an interview, what gets asked? What questions?
Oh, the
is he
same
asked?
question.
Same
Comes to
questions.
the journalist.
Same way in here,
No, but you see, like I said,
It's true.
There has to be
Very
a
true.
total look at the whole ecosystem
Yeah.
when it comes to the industry. Be it dancers, the thing is, are we getting paid well?
No.
And that's why I said it all stems from what Miss Austin spoke about. The mentality.
Right from the
Yeah.
Right from the beginning.
Right from the
A lot
beginning.
of things need to be corrected.
Yeah.
A lot of things
A
need
lot.
to be corrected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as artists, how are they making money? You
Yeah.
understand?
Are they actually making money?
Are they
Is that
actually making money? Do you understand?
Are they even making
When their
money?
songs are being played on radio, what is the royalty situation like?
Oh, royalty.
Royalty.
Do we have?
Royalty.
Do we
Is there
have?
royalties in Ghana?
Do we have? Listen, apparently, apparently,
Asante.
Oh,
apparently.
no. Don't do that. This guy got paid 200 CDs like 2 years ago.
Oh my God!
Well,
Obrafo
I
got
don't
paid
mention
800.
names. That's a lot of
Listen,
money. 2
Obrafo-
million.
Obrafo got paid 800. Listen,
And
Obrafo
I'm
got
like,
paid
if
800
he's
or
getting
900
paid
Ghana
200,
cedis.
After
I
how many years?
For an album he did in 1999.
So,
Pamuka was
Yeah,
99.
So we had this music.
And he was paid that money
We
somewhere
had
in
this
2016
music
or
thing
17.
How much?
on my show
How
on
much was he
YFM,
paid?
right?
800 or 900.
And
Ghana
Appear,
cedis.
if I'm right, either Apietus or JMJ said, if I'm right, he said, if every radio station, every time they played his song or any of the song he produced, paid him 50 pesos from when he released, let's just say 98 till today, all these radio stations, all these clubs paid him 50 pesos or even 1 peso a day per the song he plays. From that time till today, he should have been a billionaire.
Yeah.
So if that was still, like if that's what we are talking about, system in place.
Because
my
check
question
this
in relation to the 800 CDs.
What was the metrics?
And where was it collected from?
They just find something for him. I mean, when they say Gamro or something, they just find something for him. Basically, that's what it is.
800 CDs.
800 or
The
900,
way we
either one.
played Obrafo song, if we were paying
I stand
him
to be corrected,
1
but yeah.
peso a day or at every radio station or every club or at every venue,
Because check this out.
He would have been a
these
billionaire
songs
by
that are
now.
played on the radio.
In
These are
dollars.
the songs that are used to capture audiences.
Yep.
Yeah.
And these audiences give these radio stations their numbers.
Yeah.
Now, as
Which they used to
per
get
now,
money.
by being in an agency previously, these numbers are the metrics that these radio stations
Leverage
use
to get, yeah.
or leverage
Yeah.
to do their rate cards.
Adverts, yeah.
okay.
And these rate cards is what is given to people, and then they pay for adverts, which is spot jingles, LPMs, announcements, whatever.
The whole shebang.
Because at the end of the day, this is what attracted the listenership. These are the
It's
songs
the
that were
music.
played on. It was
It's
the
the
music.
Because if
music.
they played music that
It was the
nobody likes,
music.
nobody would listen.
Let's
Exactly.
look at
It was the
this.
music.
I don't forget. So let's say we have Shatta House organizing
My former company.
It's still my company.
Now
It still is there.
it started. It's a private institution, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Now years down the line, it has been accepted by all. If you win a VGMA, it means you've been accepted by Ghana, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because all of Ghana votes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, that's no. Aside VGMA, who is doing it?
Oh,
Like
well, now we have 3
they
awards.
are the
No,
like
I'm
for
just
some
saying-
time they've
nah,
been the
I'm just saying,
they've been
yes,
the
but
most
So
credible.
that's like
Time
the
now.
Ghanaian
Yeah.
Grammys
You
or
know,
something like
Don't
that.
roll your eyes at me.
If
Don't
I'm
roll
an
your
artist-
eyes at me.
If I'm an artist and I win a VGMA,
It
Against
means
winning
more.
something else.
It means more.
I feel
to you
I need to
Ghanaians.
win
The VGMA,
Yeah.
yeah, for Wilson.
Yeah.
Now, VGMA is now the guy giving out the main awards. Let's
Yeah.
say for some time. Now,
Yeah, yeah,
For 20 plus
now
years actually.
it is being recognized by the government.
yeah,
It's
After 20 years.
It is setting a certain trend.
yeah.
When you win a VGMA, it's like you are now being propagated to the rest of the world. That
Yeah.
you are the guy to look at.
Yeah.
In us trying to set that industry,
Mm-hmm.
put in those structures, let's follow that same step. If you want the government to sit and say, creative arts, I'm doing this for you, I'm doing that for you, there's someone in the government who is going to do things in his or her best interest. So someone somewhere has to do something for someone else to back.
Sorry, I don't want to cut you. My father.
But you
this-
are.
My fa-
I'm
call back. I like that. But I fed you that one, so don't feel too proud
Oh,
of yourself.
come on. Go ahead and make your point.
The pretty boys like fights.
I'm out this one.
No, never mind. Anyway. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. But no, I hear what you're saying, right? But there's a problem. My problem with what you're saying is there's this thing my father used to tell me when I was young, right? Which was there was a job and someone had to do it. And really anybody could have done it.
I think I heard that.
But everybody was waiting for someone else to do it or somebody to do it. And in the end, nobody did it, right? So you're saying someone, somewhere, somehow. And that's great, except like that too. Even like within the so-called system or industry, whatever you want to call this, right? How do we even gauge the number one song in this country? I can tell you the number one song in the US, UK, France, Germany, going back like
because there's metrics.
Yeah, it's two things.
There's metrics.
The street, the radio.
okay.
But the street.
But
is the
even
street
for the
quantitative
radio.
enough.
And every country has street,
yeah.
my brother. Don't get
Every
it twisted.
country has street.
Every country has
We
streets.
all know we all know. But listen, check this out. You look on Billboard, right? You look on the Billboard charts, and you would find songs you don't even know about
Correct.
because there's a system.
Okay.
Right.
We have
To
someone from the radio.
like
My
to
point is,
quantify.
we don't. Like,
But we don't. That's what I'm
everything
saying.
is
We
by
don't
feelings.
have that. Even
Yeah.
It's like how we
feelings.
cook.
It's by feelings. It's by the
It's like,
pubs we go to.
You ever see like old Ghanaian ladies cooking? When you go and ask them like,
Yeah.
"Oh, ma, how do you make your?" You
When
add
in chin
small,
kakra.
right?
In chin
There's
kakra.
never. We're not a culture of specific
quantifying.
quantifying.
Exactly.
Right. So everything is by feelings. Oh, but this song, what was that part?
Okay.
The first one.
One corner.
Yeah,
One
one
corner.
corner.
That was the biggest
In
song.
relation
Ghana.
to your question,
How?
we have a radio, someone who works in the radio station.
Hey.
Sure.
But she's not a producer. She's
No,
just a
no,
DJ.
I just want to answer general.
Okay.
How
How
do you
determine
how
the
do you
charts?
determine your number one pick?
Yeah. Not even
Well,
number one. Like if you're doing a top
my
20,
head
top
of
30.
DJs,
I-
Kwabs Hansen, does that. I can sure put you in touch with
Yeah,
us
throw
because
Kwabs
I
Hansen
don't
under the
know.
bus.
I
No, listen, but check this out. You see, currently,
No.
AKA
Second
came,
question.
AKA
Come
I'm a
came,
radio producer, by the way, and I can
AKA
tell you, I don't know how
came
any of
online.
this gets done.
AKA came online and said that Fela and Versace is the number one most played hip hop song in South Africa.
Okay.
And he posted a chart to prove it.
Okay.
SA has all the systems.
Yeah.
Right.
Their man are doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They actually have systems to measure if a song goes gold, platinum, double platinum.
Yeah.
They have plaques in the building.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's my
We don't have
point.
that.
That's
We
what
have
You see, but it
nothing.
should be simple for us to do because
So it goes
it's
back to
us.
the story-
But it goes back to the story your
Your
dad
dad
told you.
told you.
So,
That's,
No, it goes back to the
all
story
that
of
I'm
dad
saying.
told
So-
you because
Somebody has to do
There's
it.
nothing
one
to
day
measure
on this
nothing.
show,
the
one day
second
on this
question.
show, we are going to
Okay.
discuss. We are going to discuss the hottest or the most successful album. So now a quick one.
how?
Hold on, a
How are we
quick
gonna do
one.
it?
Before we get there,
I think
and
it's
get
by
ourselves
Twitter.
into
I think it's
trouble.
by Twitter.
Before
If
we
people
get there
are-
and get ourselves into
Josie.
trouble, a quick one. Concerning what you said, linking to what your dad said. Just imagine the names or the albums that are going to come up on that day and ask yourself, which one of those artists has been able to tell us specifically how many streams they've even gotten themselves on Apple Music.
Are they on Apple?
You don't have to tell me now. I'll think about it.
I'm not going to tell you ever.
Just think about it.
I'm
Just
probably
think
never
about
going to
it.
tell you.
Yeah, your question.
No, my next question. We've always wanted to break into these other markets.
Yeah.
And we keep on saying, for example, Nigeria wouldn't accept us because they have that policy in their stations that they play certain percentage Nigerian music and a certain percentage outside music, and out of that we might end up getting maybe point something percent.
Yeah.
I want to see those metrics, by the way.
That's what they all
It's
say.
an open secret. Like,
So now, let's
nobody
say
knows whether it's true or not, but
a radio station in Ghana.
Yeah.
We decide, okay, every radio station should play certain percentage Ghanaian music and a certain percentage other music from other places. Who puts that into effect? Is it achievable?
Ministry of
It
Entertainment.
is.
There is no Ministry of Entertainment.
DJ no
See,
person born
so-
no so person mix.
Uh-huh.
If you know koye one we are
See,
not know what they say. If
uh-huh.
life is dying, why fix it?
Charlie, are we releasing a mixtape here today? Because yo,
No, that was
I don't know what
song.
Lucy's
That
talking
was
about.
once upon a
I know,
time
I know.
recorded here in
And
Ghana, and it is a problem.
It can be done, but the reason Nigerians can pull, and I don't want us to compare ourselves to Nigeria
No.
because
It's
we
not
are 1/10 or 1/20th of
Their population.
their population,
yeah.
so they can afford that, right? And Nigerians are big on creative, so you have thousands of musicians coming out every day. So even if you're not playing mainstream, you can have your small boy AE there.
so basically, there's a market for everyone.
There's a market for it,
Yeah,
right? In Ghana, not so much.
because it's just Accra.
It's just Accra, right? Not so much.
I don't
And
think it's a problem.
and one and we have
Because
put
there's talent in Kumasi. There's talent.
we
Yeah, there is,
we
but,
we have we
You know what?
in my mind I could be
You're not
wrong.
gonna
In my
find
mind
it.
we have a way
Centralized. It's
Yeah.
local.
modern
If
sound
you're not
is
in Accra,
supposed
you
to
ain't
be.
shit, kind of thing.
And sometimes the music that's brought to the station, I tell you, sometimes is very
Bad.
That was the point.
And yeah,
no, that's
and yeah,
the
no, I
exact
can't-
point.
enya
So that's the
Well,
point I wanted her to
Yeah.
get to. Because once
sometimes
she-
and yet if you hear someone's rap, right, and this guy and those people have the most confidence, they are very confident, and if you hear the song, it's terrible,
Their
right,
friends
from
have been lying
lyrics
to them.
to production. So we can't necessarily pull that off. That's one. Two, because of Spotify and things, right, people now know the latest songs, right, and Accra has lots of radio stations. Everybody is trying to get everybody to listen to them. So as a DJ, if let's just say YFM, right, Loft is coming on to play the hottest songs or the trending song, Mike Smith Millsy is coming to play the hottest song, I'm not slacking playing some song that nobody knows because there are options, right? So if you are being funny, I'm tuning into the next one. So it's not just as simple as
Just chasing numbers.
yes, it's not just as simple as
Quantity over
quantity. Everybody wants
Quantity
to.
over quality.
So the
Numbers.
underlying fact of what you just said
Uh-huh.
is that we as a people are trying to push a certain small group or number of people out there.
Unconsciously.
Yes.
Well, unconsciously.
Both
That's
consciously and
that's what we said. We are
unconsciously.
not intentional.
billboard
And
country.
the sad thing about it too is, right,
Said,
aside people bringing terrible songs, right, I can tell you there are a number of young artists, especially the younger ones, the teens and early 20s, who have dope songs.
Amazing music. But they don't
Dope
get the platform.
songs.
But no, they don't get the platform.
And-
Like, even if you play them, they don't get traction.
It's not that.
So maybe would you say
It's
that
not
there's a
that.
problem with our
So
consumers?
I work at a radio
For sure.
station, right? There's an
Yeah,
artist radio conflict that nobody is talking about, right? So radio stations feel like when you guys are hungry, right, and you come to us and we put our all behind you when we are pushing you, when you blow, they all have they now have attitude.
Yeah.
So now when you need them, they don't mind
I'm
you.
busy that month.
Sarkodie and Co. made it big because of, at the time, stations like YFM, right? That was now, because at the time, the old radio stations weren't interested in rap and all those things. So YFM was the station, the station that brought all these new guys out. When you need them for an event, now all of a sudden, talk to management, we are booked for this. You see, so there's this conflict that nobody is talking about. That when you need to be pushed and we push you, you don't return the favor. So now the radio stations are also being fun. So you can be the best. You can be so amazing and nobody will mind you, and you don't understand why nobody is minding you.
Talking about favors though. Were you the one that brought up the issue about it being a thing about numbers?
Yeah.
And then people traction.
Traction is me.
Okay, so talking about favors. What favors is being done the real people that got you pushing Sarkodie or whoever artist that you, the radio station, feel you pushed? What favors is the radio station doing these people?
So I'm putting your music on. You've done a great job. Say, hold on.
No.
You've done a great job.
You're not
of
getting
doing...
the new character I'm introducing into a narrative. I'm bringing the listeners into the equation because they are the people that made you feel you made someone big.
Well,
so now I'm asking.
Well, you head through me.
Oh, okay.
Let's say I know this. I have this guy, Marion Marion. He's a dope artist, right?
I know Marion.
Right? How many people know Marion Marion? But if all the radio stations decide to play Marions, how did you, the listener, get to know?
Okay.
How many people have
So now
Spotify
we
or
have to
Apple?
be giving credit to who made the radio too. That's where we're going.
That's where the music. That's where the problem is.
Nobody wants to give credit. That's
where the problem is. So even if there are talents that we can push outside, people are reluctant to push. I know. Radio presenters and radio people who help some of these big artists and are now bitter because they put their all. They believed in these people.
Maybe
when
they expected something in return. I mean, think about it.
Everybody,
and you save a life. You expect the person to go on TV and mention your name and give you a
I'll
shout out.
pay you.
What I'm saying is, all I'm trying to say is,
so if the money is not flowing,
you're a DJ. You did your job by playing music, and then people heard and they liked the guy who did the music. Right. Maybe when you were doing it, you expected that, let me help this guy. Maybe if he makes it, he's going to remember me, and he didn't. And now you have issues because he didn't remember
why
you.
won't I have issues?
All I'm saying is, I don't have a problem with you having an issue.
See, this is it, right? The money is supposed to flow, or it's supposed to be a teamwork, right? If I played your song and now you are number one in the world, right? I was the main guy behind you. When you're going on tour, when you're going on tour, I expect that I am part of the team. We all must eat. But immediately...
In your voice, I would like to see the metrics to that. Yes. So all I'm saying is,
if the money is not flowing for all of us, and then we help you push, and then for radio stations, right? So I help you put. I helped in making you who you are today, right? And then let's say I have a concept that now I need you. Why are you not being funny with me?
No, wait.
Why you
guys didn't even have a gentleman's agreement. Not even a gentleman's agreement.
We do. Right now, we have a contract that you have to sign for us to push you. But even that,
it's still good.
Yes.
No, what I'm trying to say is, why are you being better for somebody not being human enough?
I think personally, there's a confusion between the two messages, right? Because you're switching between the micro and the macro. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
If a single DJ pushes, say, Marion Samario, right? And because of the work of said DJ, Marion now is an international star, that person has literally built you up, right? So if you now decide to go and get DJ Flashy Flash or whoever, instead of this person who put you on, right? Maybe you can argue that's a grace thing, right? But the bitterness I understand. But as a station, As a
He doesn't
station,
really owe you.
You
no,
doesn't-
hold on. Let me finish. As a
He has to do
station,
that out of his heart.
Yes.
oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
My point
Yeah.
is,
It's not etched in
change
stone
your
that he
heart.
has to.
Yeah, but
Change the heart.
remember
I know. I get you.
that
I get
when
it's the
you're
right thing to do.
remember that when you're an underground
right-
artist.
I'm coming.
No,
I'm
wait.
coming. I'm
You
trying
see
to tell
what
you.
he just said.
Yeah.
The example he just gave.
I'm trying to tell you.
In
like-
that sense, in that sense, everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. In that artist blowing up through that DJ, there should have been some sort of agreement.
Sometimes
or
there
something.
is. Sometimes there is. But I don't know if you've dealt with artists, but it doesn't mean anything.
I get you.
Do
It
radio
doesn't
stations-
mean
do
anything.
radio
Wow, you
stations
what?
have,
You sue me. You sue me after that what? I'll be big now.
Do radio
Fuck
stations
you.
have a union or something like?
No, I doubt.
Sorry.
I doubt. So
What-
it starts
what
from
unions
there.
do we actually
So
have?
if
Let's start
we
with that in
ourselves as a people,
There's a DJ union.
It's,
No, but I feel like
you're a DJ. You're telling me apparently.
I heard about it. I'm saying, I don't know. I mean, listen. There's three DJs on this table. We don't know about no
That is
DJ
also a
union.
problem. It is also a problem
That
because you will hear, oh, Gamru from you go in and look at the A-list artists who are supposed to make these things happen, and none of them.
it's
is
a
in
lie.
there.
It's a lie. We interviewed TikTok.
didn't say
TikTok.
TikTok.
Now listen,
TikTok.
okay,
TikTok.
okay,
He-
back to the
Yeah,
A-list.
he's been following
Okay.
it for years,
So what
and
I'm
he
saying
says
is-
the things that are supposed to happen do
What
not.
I'm saying is,
Okay.
so imagine there were 10 of ticks in there.
Okay.
Tactics.
So ceasefire. I am just gonna close this off by saying that whatever the aftermath of the artist, whatever the relationship was, whatnot. Yes, I understand. The right thing to do is for the artist to actually, give whatever grace that they have to the radio station for helping him or her.
How many
becoming
times?
big. But exactly that's what I'm coming to. But at the end of the day, it is not etched in stone. He's not obliged to do it.
Well,
If there is no
same
hold
way
on,
we are
hold
not
on,
obliged
hold
to
on,
help
hold on.
anyone.
Austin.
So then we
If
don't have an
That's
industry.
yeah, we don't have an industry.
No, that's not even about the industry.
And
But
that
then again,
includes-
It is.
Like I'm
It
saying,
starts
if
from
it is
there.
not- if there is no listen, everybody is different. Me, I'm a very morally upright person, and I know that you help me. I need to help you when you need me, because you help me, and I'm in a position where right
can
now
help
you need me
or
to
do
help you, and I
something.
can help. I will do it.
Yeah.
It always comes down to who the artist truly is. This is a very, very moral compass matter.
Well, if we are not passing
Yeah,
them,
you-
if
listen,
we are
the
not
thing is
passing
this,
that,
the thing is this.
Upbringing.
The thing is this.
if we are not passing that,
you can't
then-
expect someone to do you good because you did him good. That is how the
you
world
I'm
is.
not even saying
And
I'm
we-
not.
and we like that.
What if we had a contract? What of those that we
Okay.
have contracts with?
So you have contracts with someone
We
else,
have contracts with artists.
and they didn't oblige,
They
or they didn't follow the contracts.
When
then
they
you take
feel
them to
like
court.
Oh,
But people actually believe in
You-
that.
Lawyers cost.
Like I said, you see,
headache.
You know how much
But then again, like I
cost?
said, ceasefire. So you know what? I think we're gonna need a part 2 for today right now, and we need to get some other people who are also all about metrics and all of that on this table.
What's
Yeah.
metrics?
Yeah.
Metrics, like
What
When it comes
metric?
to-
So
when
you
it
know
comes
how
to
Ask my
metrics-
God, he
No,
knows
hold
the
on.
answer
You
to
know how
this.
comes to quantify.
metrics can happen. It will start from paying royalties.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you are
need
paying
someone.
royalties,
Currently,
then
you
you know how
many
many.
times you play
Your
a
station
certain artist song at
No, please.
Your station
But,
doesn't
but,
have a system.
but there can be a system.
Once you're
Every
doing
DJ
it,
has to write
feel like everyone
what
should
my
buy.
boss used.
But I'm
Yeah,
like,
what my boss,
you're
former
still
boss
in local
DJ
places.
Killer Fingers used to do is
So-
when you finish playing in Sarato,
that famous song.
you send him your playlist.
Yeah.
You turn it into a
Right.
P,
You're Grammy World
Excel
producers
file,
going to the
and then
bottom.
so he knows
Okay.
this
Ooh.
one plays at this time. So if
Like,
if he collates
I'm
everything, he
talking
knows.
about
How many times? If it's
Thank you. So if that can
done.
now be done for every radio station and now moves into royalties, then you can know which song is being most played, and then you can know the number 1 song. If that's not happening,
You know what you have?
we don't have
Anybody who's
any.
going to watch, anybody watching this, who has a software that can be integrated into?
Can do this.
We do.
You have a software.
This guy. Apio, he has a Ken. Oh, he has a
Was it
good music. He has a website that tracks every station. So I like his chat because he's not doing it based on
Oh,
feelings.
friends and favors.
He has his website tracks the number of times this song plays at this time, this this number plays at this time. So he knows how many songs are being played, what song really is number one, and what song really isn't. So if people like that are
this
being
is
pushed,
another problem, because if he's not, say, part of the in crowd,
he's not
going to get the backing.
He's not going to get the backing.
Do you understand?
He's not.
Like if Musica or Gamera, I don't know, whoever says, okay, this guy has the thing what we need. Let's push that.
But you see, the thing is,
There
But it
won't
doesn't
be-
happen.
the question is Gamero like functional enough? But like I said, that's a question for another
So what
day.
you're saying is,
Because
do we
we
have a
need
Gamero?
to bring this to
Do
a
we have a
close
Gamero, is what you're
right
saying?
now. We do have a
Okay.
Gamero.
If it doesn't
is
function,
it
is
what
it a
Gunsa
Gamero?
or which
White
one?
elephant.
Ghana musical or something. Listen, all these. Anyway, like I said, so we're just gonna need to do a
Are
part
the
two
artists
of
doing
this,
enough though?
and we're supposed to have. Hold on,
Are they
we're
not?
gonna do a part
That's
two
also
of
a
this.
thing. But what
The next
was-
episode
what
of
was
this,
going to
and then
push
we're
you to
gonna
do
have
enough?
certain
What was
players
really going to-
on the table
What?
to tell us certain
Because
things that
doing
we need
this,
to.
what's
I
going
feel
to
like
push you
you're
to
just
do
telling us
enough?
that we're not-
Doing
none
this
of
is
us
not
come
easy.
back.
Even doing
No,
this
no,
podcast.
we'll all
Can
be
you
here
imagine?
and then come back.
Calculate the cost of this minus light. It's not easy to be a creative. Things are expensive.
Yeah,
So
people need to
if
understand.
money is not flowing
Money,
in,
please.
how are you going to do enough?
All right.
No, what
So
I mean
yes.
is, what I meant by they're not
Oh,
doing
no, no.
enough is
They're not doing
putting
enough at
pressure
all.
on people who are supposed to do these things to make them work.
They are not.
It's as if me,
Yeah,
I'm
Papa,
getting
no.
paid.
I'm yo.
I'm getting paid. So
Our
if you
fathers-
are our-
Okay.
I'm getting paid. If you
He's
are
getting
our-
paid?
Me Tomasi, the episode it is coming to an end right
Oh.
now.
CCI.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm
But
talking
like I
about
said,
the artists who are getting
But like I
paid.
said, this topic it
And you're
needs
blowing
like
my
2
legs.
or 3 more episodes, and there have to be some stakeholders within the industry that we have, so that we can further understand or
Will be
appreciate.
instructive
I
to
don't get the
others.
data.
This
Yeah, so-
conversation
yeah, exactly.
has been made over and
And
over
we are
and
all
over and over.
stakeholders of
That's why
what
I
we are
was
trying
confused,
to
yeah.
create.
So
right
pretty
now,
much,
you
let's just
understand?
get the next setting.
So
we
the
get
next
the, we
setting-
get the data. That's
Yeah,
all.
we
We don't
just
need
need-
someone saying that. Just get
No,
it.
no, that's what I'm saying. So there's certain things that we need, and then we'll keep.
So
it-
we have
we'll
an
keep it
industry
rolling.
that's
So,
not working.
Which
I'll still
equals
do
no
that. Yeah.
industry.
I'll take his.
On a, like,
If you have a
yeah.
Because
son
I
that's
like
not
Brekum Chelsea.
working.
That doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
So anyway,
If you
Yeah.
have a son that's
We'll come
That's
back
not
to you with
working.
part 2
Oh yeah, liability.
of the topic
Brekum
being
Chelsea
discussed
is a
that we don't
football
want to
team,
stop discussing.
even though we don't have a
Is there really a
stadium.
creative industry in Ghana? Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next episode. Boom.
No censor.